Former Deputy Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, is losing his mind over Kash Patel being nominated for FBI Director. Now, if you did not know, Donald Trump nominated former DOD Chief of Staff Kash Patel. Yes, that's right. Cash only, no credit. I was advocating for this position. People were talking about Mike Rogers. I was like, no, we do not want Mike Rogers. Absolutely not. We want cash only. No credit. We don't take credit here in the America First movement. All right, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, 'tis the season to start thinking about gifts for the holidays. And I have the perfect solution for you. Mike Lindell gave me my very own promo code for my Unwoke fam that will make Christmas shopping this year a breeze and easy on the wallet. Go to mypillow.com and don't forget to use promo code UNWOKE for up to 80% off this holiday season. But he nominated Kash for the position where he said this about the future leader of the FBI. He said, I am proud to announce that Kash Yap, I believe that's how you say his first name, Kash Yap, not the app, that's how you say his first name, but he goes by Kash, but his first name is Kash Yap, okay? Patel will serve as the next director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Kash is a brilliant lawyer, investigator, and America First fighter who has spent his career exposing corruption, defending justice, and protecting the American people. He played a pivotal role in uncovering the Russia hoax, standing as an advocate for truth, accountability, and the Constitution. Kash did an incredible job during my first term, where he served as Chief of Staff at the DOD, Deputy Director of National Intelligence, and Senior Director for Counterterrorism at the National Security Council. Kash has also tried over 60 jury trials. This FBI will end the growing crime epidemic in America, dismantle the migrant criminal gangs, and stop the evil scourge of human and drug trafficking across the border. Kash will work under our great Attorney General Pam Bondi to bring back fidelity, bravery, and integrity to the FBI. Now back to Andrew McCabe. So we have the former number 2 guy at the FBI, Andrew McCabe, freaking out over this nomination. Let's take a look.
Andrew, I just want to start first with you and just get your reaction to this news tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible development for the men and women of the FBI, and also for the nation that depends on a highly functioning, professional, independent Federal Bureau of Investigation. The fact that Kash Patel is profoundly unqualified for this job is not even like a matter for debate.
Okay, hold on one quick second. I have pulled up right here Kash Patel's background, so let's just debunk this really quick. Of course, Donald Trump already went through some of this stuff, but for him to say this is a complete and total lie. So Kash Patel's background: Kash served as Chief of Staff at the DOD and Deputy Assistant to President Trump. As the Chief of Staff at the DOD, his responsibility included implementing the Secretary's no-fail mission with our 3 million plus employees, operating a $740 billion budget and $2 trillion in assets. Okay, that's just the first bullet point. I'm not going to read this entire document, but let's just kind of go through some of Kash's qualifications. This is a highly effective, highly skilled pick for the FBI. And anyone who says otherwise is not speaking for the best interest of the American people or has some sort of skeletons in their closet. And this is, of course, just my opinion. Kash served as Deputy Director of National Intelligence, where he oversaw 17 intelligence community agencies. Kash led President Trump's counterterrorism mission as Deputy Assistant to the President. Kash served as a National Security Advisor and Senior Counsel for the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Kash worked as a national security prosecutor at the DOJ under Obama administration, and he began his career as a public defender. So this kind of gets into some of the details over what he's done over his life. Of course, I'm not going to read this whole document. If you'd like to go find it, this is on X. It's all over X, and it's easy to find. But let's get back to Andrew McCabe and see if he makes any better points, because right now he is really failing. Listen.
So I think what we should what we should really be thinking about right now is what does this signal in terms of Donald Trump's intent for the FBI?
Okay. I have to interject once again. It signals that you are in trouble, McCabe, deep trouble. You and the entire deep state. And, you know, watching this, it reminds me of the saying, thou doth protest too much. And not only is he protesting too much, he is doing it on an antiquated form of communication called cable television, unfortunately for him, and on a discredited network, CNN, aka mainstream media.
The installation, or the nomination, I guess we should say at this point, of Kash Patel as FBI director can only possibly be a plan to disrupt, to dismantle, to distract the FBI, and to possibly use it as a tool for the president's political agenda. And, you know, as an organization, we know what that looks like. This country has been there before, right? The pre-Watergate FBI, the J. Edgar Hoover FBI, struck fear in the hearts of Americans across the spectrum of politicians, people in entertainment, people in the civil rights community, because the director operated at the direction of presidents to collect political intelligence and to utilize the legal authorities, the investigative authorities of the FBI to terrorize and intimidate Americans.
Kind of like the FBI under Joe Biden. Is that what you're saying? Kind of like the same FBI that raided Mar-a-Lago in plain clothes. Are you talking about that FBI? The same FBI that had a shoot to kill policy when they raided Mar-a-Lago? That FBI? Is this the same? Are we talking about the same FBI here? Or are you talking about a different FBI, McCabe?
So the question is that where we're going back to with this nomination? I would argue that Kash Patel would be the perfect person for Donald Trump to nominate if that's in fact his intent for the FBI.
Well, we agree on one thing. This is in fact the perfect person for Donald Trump to nominate, in my opinion. But why is Andrew McCabe freaking out, I wonder? Well, it's because Kash is a guy who is not going to come in and mess around. Remember, Andrew McCabe was caught lying under oath to Congress about leaking classified information to damage President Trump and faced zero consequences for it. Kash is aware of these injustices and has promised to get rid of the two-tier system of justice that currently exists, not only within our intelligence agencies, but also the DOJ, which he says is the biggest problem that he has with the system.
It ties into the earlier conversation. I didn't comment on it. The biggest problem I have right now is a two-tier system of justice. And that's the biggest argument we need to advance, not the QAnon, Shannon, whatever that guy's name is, or certain videos depicting X, Y, and Z, but use it as a vehicle to say, look at how differently you can be treated by the justice system in the United States of America, depending on your political orientation. Go back to the Antifa riots of not last summer, but the summer before that. Two liberal attorneys, white shoe lawyers, firebombed a New York City police car and burned it to the ground with Molotov cocktails.
And the judge called him a good guy.
Good guy. Federal. So they were charged, obviously, rightfully so. As a federal prosecutor and federal public defender who defended people who did that stuff, that's a 10-year minimum mandatory federal prison sentence. You know what this DOJ did? Waived the charges, allowed the judge to go under the midman, and gave him basically probation. That's a two-tier system of justice. Mark my word, it's going to happen with this.
So, Ian, just a moment ago.
So essentially, you have a guy who is nominated for FBI director who says that his number one issue with the system is the two-tiered system of justice that we have going on. That depends on your ideology. That depends on your political affiliation. And also, I believe that depends on how high up the ranks you are, okay? How bought into the deep state you are. So when you see all of these people come out on cable television and rant and rave, when you see John Bolton come out and say that Kash Patel is a terrible pick, oh no, why would Donald Trump ever pick him? Oh no, it's so bad. The sky is going to fall if Kash Patel is actually confirmed as the FBI director. Oh, you hear all these elites just crying, whining and crying. You got to look at it. But beyond all of the theatrics, why are they doing that? Why do you think they really care about a Kash Patel getting in there as FBI director? Do you think they really believe that America's going to fall if Kash Patel becomes the FBI director? Or here's a crazy a theory. Maybe they're worried about some sort of accountability. That's also a possibility. Remember, that's also a possibility, because Kash Patel is obviously a highly competent individual. I read to you some of his credentials, and to me, he sounds and he looks like and he speaks like a highly competent individual. But the one thing that's different about Kash Patel is the fact that he wants to get rid of this two-tiered system of justice. Kind of like what happened with Matt Gaetz. Do you remember? Remember what happened with Matt Gaetz? Matt Gaetz, he was very outspoken about the two-tiered system of justice. He wanted to go after some of these people who don't normally face any consequences. And what happened with him? It was 24/7 on the mainstream media, people trying to destroy Matt Gaetz to the point where, unfortunately, he ultimately stepped down because there was just all of these allegations coming out about him. There was that whole thing with the ethics investigation, all of that stuff. But now they're trying to do the exact same thing to Kash Patel. And it's going to continue. And it's going to continue. And I really hope that this is a position that Donald Trump digs his heels in for Kash Patel, because this is of the utmost importance. I believe that Kash Patel is the best pick that Donald Trump has had, the best nomination that Donald Trump has made since being declared president-elect. It might be even better than Matt Gaetz, possibly. At least on par with Matt Gaetz. Kash Patel, very important pick. But what do you guys think? What do you think about Kash Patel? I love it. I love this. I think this is an amazing pick. But let me know what you think about this pick down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until then, I will see you on the next one.